What is up, everybody? My name is Justin French, covering music for those who care, and right now I'm taking a look at the new album from Florence and the Machine. This one is entitled High as Hope. Now, at first, Florence and the Machine were not my cup of tea at all. I used to hate Dog Days Are Over just because I thought it sucked and it was annoying. But as I've grown more and my music tastes have kind of changed, I've really loved Florence and the Machine since. And I think Florence Welch's really powerful vocal delivery has me coming back to the 3 albums that they have put out. I actually just got Lungs on vinyl. I love the hell out of Ceremonials, and their last album, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, I think is how it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was really fantastic, and I really enjoyed the singles that kind of came off of that one, especially Ship to Wreck, which was definitely one of my favorite songs of that year. So it's been 3 years since the last record came out, so what's to come to expect here on this new record? An interesting thing about this record is that this record, compared to the other ones that have come before this one, just feels a bit more stripped down and minimalistic. An example that I can give you is on the track Sky Full of Song, which was the first single that had come off of this record, which I did a reaction review on for anyone that's curious. But what I really love about it is it just kind of starts off very soft. I really love that a cappella beginning, courtesy of Florence Welch, who also executive produced this record. And then it kind of kicks in with the minimalistic drums, and the guitar kind of kicks in a bit, kind of picking like one note at a time, and I find that to be a very interesting choice for a first single. Definitely one of the highlights here on this record. Another interesting thing about this record too is that this is the first record where Florence Welch has gone into the studio writing and recording sober. So I have to give her kudos on her newfound sobriety. One more interesting thing, wow, I'm just giving you a lot of great facts, is that the lyrics here on this record just feel a bit more personal. They kind of talk about heartache, family, being comfortable with loneliness, and personal struggle. And one example I can give you for that last one comes in the form of Hunger, which was the second single to come off this record. I did a reaction review to that song too, if anyone wants to check it out. It's in my channel, again, somewhere down there. But what I really love about it is how vulnerable that Florence sounds on this track, and she sounds very emotional too, and she sells it. I really love the lyrical theme. It kind of talks about personal struggle, as in her eating disorder, and she kind of mentions that at the start of the song. So, and I think she pulls off the story very well here on this track, so definitely one of my favorites. Big God was released as a promotional single, I guess you could say, but I never got around to it, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it just a tiny bit because I did a reaction review to the other 2 singles that had come out before it. So, Big God, I initially wasn't as big on it as big as I was on Hunger and Sky Full of Song, but once I got around to it, I really started to dig it a lot more than I initially did. The lyrical themes kind of talk about that heartache, kind of letting go of a long-time flame that you have been with for so long, and you can definitely tell with the Jesus Christ reference in the second verse, very interesting. And the chorus just kind of gets a little bit repetitive, but at the same time it's kind of catchy. And I love the added synths and the drums that kind of kick in the second verse of the song. So definitely a pretty good song. Not going to say it's one of the greatest songs that they've done, but a still pretty good one. June, I thought, was a great album opener to the song. This is apparently the first song that they had worked on for this record after coming off of tour for the last record, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. And I really love it. I love the piano and how beautiful Florence Welch's vocal delivery here on this track is. Grace has to be my favorite song that is on this record. It feels very beautiful with its really great piano delivery, and I love the vulnerable yet very emotional vocal delivery from Florence Welch again. And another thing that is interesting is that the song has to do with the family part that I referenced with the themes of this record, as this song is dedicated to her sister, who Florence has said kind of felt more like the older sister than she ever did, although Florence is older. And the song kind of is somewhat of an apology. In some of the lyrics, some of the verses kind of start off with, "I'm sorry I ruined your birthday." and kind of throws references at the alcoholism and even drugs that she had done before. And she also does make another reference on the drinking part on another track, South London Forever. Another interesting thing before I get into my final verdict of this album is that Josh Tillman, aka Father John Misty, contributed guitar to the track 100 Years, and Nathan from Cold War Kids also did backing vocals for 100 Years as well. And it's a really good tune. I really do enjoy that one. So overall, a lot of the stuff that I am praising this record for has to come in the form of Florence Welch's very vulnerable yet very, very emotional and beautiful vocal delivery here on this album. I really love the deep and personal lyricism that we're getting in the themes on this record, High as Hope. And also, just the minimalistic, stripped-down sound just makes it kind of different from what they've done before. And if I did have to choose one weak song here on this record, which I didn't talk about, because I think all the songs here are great, but if there was one I'm probably not going to be coming back to as much as the other ones, it's probably going to be the ending track. No choir, it's only 2.5 minutes. It's got really nice piano melody, but I mean, it's okay. It's not as strong as the rest of the material, but overall, I really, really loved High as Hope. My rating here on this record is going to be a high 8 out of 10. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on High as Hope. What did you think of the album? Definitely comment in the comment section down below. And anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video.